Hi, my name is Vicki Killeran, and I'm on the Board of Directors with GATE Pregnancy Resource Center. Welcome, and thank you for joining a Celebrate Life virtual event. We had many transitions this year, not only caused by the pandemic, but we also have a new Executive Director, Kathy Bridge, who you will meet in a few minutes. Kathy joined us in the middle of uncertainty while we were adapting to a new way of serving and giving. But you know what? We persevered. We continue to serve our clients with much needed resources. We even enhanced our education program and found ways to continue to coach, teach, and empower our moms. Our phones continue to ring, and we continue to answer each and every one. Since we had to transition to a virtual event rather than being with you at a banquet like years past, we hope our program inspires you. You will hear directly from two of our sweet clients, and we are honored to have Pastor Joe Phillips join us, and you will hear his personal testimony. We hope you will see just how we impact the lives of those who walk through our doors. The Board of Directors, staff, volunteers, and our clients thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Hi, my name's Elena. I am a mom of 3. I have 2 boys, a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and the 4-month-old who is joining us. I came to GATE seeking the support, the emotional support that a lot of moms don't always have. I wasn't emotionally stable. I had just taken out my IUD, and I didn't know I was pregnant. Being not emotionally stable and wasn't allowing me to fulfill all of my duties as mom to my other 2 kids. We have struggled just sometimes on my children's physicals. People have to actually consider those things, whether paying their physical this year or paying the full bill this month. GATE has provided that emotional support through the videos, through all of the classes. It just lifted that weight that was pushing down. It's really even a little bit harder, me being bilingual, being able to find help or assistance emotionally, and to be able to find that here at GATE, that's really awesome, especially because not a whole lot of us can have access to that. Sometimes I'm not able to speak or express myself as easily in one or the other language. Pero muchas gracias por todo lo que nos ofrecen y por todo lo que nos dan. With all the information that they provide and all the support, knowing that you'll have diapers, or that you'll be able to get that formula for that week. It's very, very, very helpful, and it lets you go to sleep sometimes at night a little better, you know? Thanks to GATE, thanks to you guys, thanks to everyone that supports GATE, I was able to become a better mom, I like to think. I thank GATE and I thank you guys for all that you guys do and for having such a great family here at GATE's, because you join and you become part of a family.
Thank you so much for the honor and the opportunity to be at the GATE Pregnancy Resource Center fundraising event. I believe in the ministry of GATE because it is a personal thing with me. I'm 56 years old. 57 years ago, when my biological mother got pregnant, she didn't want me. And she was on her way to get an illegal abortion. That's how old I am. It used to be illegal to get an abortion in this country. She was on her way because she told me later in life, of course, as an young adult man, I never thought I'd have a chance to have a husband with a kid dragging behind me. She had 2 pretty serious mental illnesses, and she was borderline on a third. She had a sister that came to her one day, and her sister's name was Zelphia Madonna Phillips. And she said to my biological mother, Glenola Sue Mills, don't do this. Just let this child be born and see what it might become. Well, she listened to her older sister, and she had me. She didn't have a place to go because of the mental illness and the dysfunction. So she brought me into her parents' house, Clessy Rowland Mills and Ola Mills. And I didn't find this out until about 3 or 4 years ago, but when she brought me into the house, her mother, Ola, said, why do you have this kid in my house? I raised my 11 children. I'm not trying to raise yours also. Well, you can imagine how a child being raised in that environment felt. I have a 4-year-old grandson, and he is the apple of my eye. I can't imagine being raised in that environment. In fact, I don't even have a single memory of my grandmother. But I have a lot of my grandfather. I was named after him, Clessy Rowland. I'm Roland Joe, and he was as cool as the other side of the pillow. And he loved me. He wanted me to stay, but he was up in years, and they talked him out of trying to raise me. My mother would tell me later in life that she abused me. She told me herself that she'd put me in the attic when I would cry, and she would make scary monster sounds. I believe she would dunk me under the water, and she wasn't always sure that she would bring me up when I was taking a bath. I have no ill will towards her because, like I said, she was mentally ill. The Bible says, forgive them, for they know not what they do. She didn't know what she was doing. But at the age of 3, she gave me away. She gave me away to my first cousin. His name was Wayne Phillips. And so with the judge's signature in 1967, my 23-year-old cousin became my dad. He had a wife that was 21. She became my mom. My grandmother became my aunt. My grandparents became my great-grandparents. My mother became my aunt, and my aunt became my grandmother. That's why I've always flunked math. I don't even understand my family tree. It looks like a shrub. But God was good to me, and I don't have time. This is a very brief testimony to tell you all the ways that He worked and moved in my life. That adoption rescued me, put me on a path. It wasn't always easy. But then at the age of 18, I was adopted again into the kingdom of God and the family of God. You fast forward now, these 56 years later, I've got 4 children. I was able to take 3 of them back and visit with their biological grandmother before she passed away. In fact, I spoke at my biological mother's funeral. I preached her funeral. And God is able to change the picture. And that's what GATE's all about. Someone feels backed up against the wall and they don't know what to do and they're desperate. GATE comes along like Zelphia Madonna Phillips and says, you know, there's a different way. There's another way. And I'm not bragging or complaining, as my friend Tom Whidden used to say, but I'm telling you, God has blessed us We have written books and preached all over the world, made a feature film about sex trafficking in Thailand that we're so excited about. None of that would have happened without an intervention. GATE is intervening. It is intercepting people in their most desperate times. I support them. I want you to support them too. And I want to thank them again for the great honor and the great opportunity to share just a little piece of my story. God bless you, and God bless you for what you do for the kingdom of God and for this ministry.
After I saw the positive, I sat in the bathroom and cried for about an hour. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna be able to do this? I'm just a kid myself. It was a sunny day. I had been feeling nauseous and stuff before. My now fiance was cooking eggs and I got sick. Devin kind of looked at me in shock, and he looked at the pregnancy test. He rubbed his eyes, and I could just tell that he was nervous and scared. We cried for what seemed like forever. I was an underage mother. I did not have a job. I was in school, and I didn't have the funds. I came to learn about GATE through my mother. She went through GATE whenever she was pregnant with my brother. My first experience, I was really nervous at GATE because I have severe anxiety. So coming somewhere where there's a whole bunch of people just sitting down talking was kind of scary to me. My coach Tish, me and her first met on my first day here. With Tish, I just feel like I clicked with her and I connected. And it wasn't like I was being thrown in with a stranger. Tish is such a lovely person. She's so kind. She is very sweet. She gets excited over the little things. Every time I'd come in with ultrasound pictures, she was so eager to just see them and see how things were going. I realized that GATE is more, I feel like, family oriented. The people at GATE help you to build a bond with them so that you feel more comfortable. Being a mother that is a minor, it's very hard to take care of a child. And without GATE, I would have struggled so much more than I have. There was times that I could not afford to get clothes that was needed or diapers and wipes, things that can go a long way. I also got books from GATE that I can read to her and build her love for books as well. If I didn't come to GATE, I feel like Holly would not have such a good bond with me, and she might not have had everything that she needed to thrive as well. Me being at GATE, I got to spend more time with her, and overall she's a happy baby.
Hello, I'm Kathy Bridge, and I'm the new Executive Director of GATE Pregnancy Resource Centers. I can't tell you what a privilege it is to come alongside you and partner in this frontline ministry. I came from Boston, where I had my own consulting company. I worked with Fortune 500 companies and Fortune 100 companies until God changed my focus to nonprofit organizations. I'll tell you, working with Fortune 500 companies is really exciting, but it gets even more exciting when you're working with God companies. So when I came here, one of the first things I did was look into the paperwork, look into what was happening. What has been happening here in the last year? This is what I found. From July 2019 to July 2020, and that includes 5 months of COVID, we've had 1,345 appointments. We've had over 400 intentional prayer times with our clients. We've had 36 opportunities to share the gospel. And we've seen 2 women come to know the Lord. but the numbers don't stop there. We've given away over 5,000 gifts, and they are anything from diapers to car seats. And we've seen 50 beautiful babies born. You know, that's what I learned. But now let me tell you what I saw. I saw a staff of 3 do the monumental task of taking care of all of that. I've seen them put in hours that were not on their time cards. I've seen them bring in things to give to their clients. I saw them give sacrificially so that our clients had everything that they needed. I also saw our volunteers, many of whom couldn't return because of COVID, but the ones who came gave even more of their time and talents just so that we could keep up with the demand. But that's not all either. I saw the board of directors roll up their sleeves and take on tasks that we couldn't possibly continue and meet because we were so busy doing everything else. You see, I saw them doing everything they could to make sure that our clients, our fragile client base, continued to receive the services that they needed. It kind of reminded me of a Bible story I had learned in Mark 14. It's where a woman came in when the disciples and Jesus were eating, and she came in with her alabaster jar of perfume. She broke it and anointed Christ's hair right there. Of course, Judas is the first to complain, and he says, "Well, why didn't you sell it and give the money to the poor?" Jesus said, "Leave her alone. This will be part of the story that is remembered forever." It's a beautiful thing that she was doing, and that next verse, which I don't know that I saw before, is the sweetest verse I've ever read. Jesus continues and says, "Leave her alone because she did what she could do." You see, that's what I see here in the center. I see staff doing everything they could do, and by doing that, it's a beautiful gift of extravagant worship. I see volunteers giving and giving their time, their talents, and I see the board of directors giving as they can, another form of extravagant worship. So, in this time of COVID, when we can't get together for a banquet, I hope you see all we're doing. But there's more we need to do. You see, we need more people. We can't do this with 3 people, especially when we go to reopen the Concord location, and not just staff. We need to introduce ultrasounds to our clinics. When a woman comes in who is abortion-minded or abortion-vulnerable, and after they find out they're pregnant, we would be able to take them in to do an ultrasound. In my history, I have seen women change their minds when they hear that precious heartbeat of their child. Those are the things that we need to have to continue to do the work that we do here. We need people, we need resources, we need volunteers, and we need your prayers. The board, the staff, the volunteers, just like the woman with her alabaster jar, we all have broken it. I'm wondering if you will join us in extravagant worship. Will you come alongside? Will you bring your alabaster jar as well and prayerfully consider all that you can do? On behalf of the GATE board, staff, volunteers, and our clients, thank you for joining us tonight for our virtual Celebrate Life event. We hope that tonight you have a glimpse into what we are able to do at GATE through all of your kind donations. Without you, none of this would happen. Without you, the pregnant teen in crisis wouldn't have a place to go or a gentle advocate to walk that journey with her. Without you, new parents caught in cycles of poverty, abuse, and just lacking parenting skills wouldn't have coaches and group classes to learn and grow. And without you, those who are feeling the pressure to make a decision based on the inability to pay for the necessities like diapers and formula, they are given a hand up to earn all of that while learning how to care for their families better. Without you, GATE couldn't do what it does. Tonight, if you would like to join us in extravagant worship by making a donation, making a pledge, volunteering, or becoming a prayer warrior, we need you. Join us by making a donation by clicking the donate button below. You'll be taken to our friendsofgate.org site where you can make your donation. Or if you would like to make a pledge, either monthly, quarterly, or annually, Click on the pledge button and it will also take you to another page where you can put in the information and we will contact you later this week. However, if what you can do now is offer your time, we need that too. We need volunteers, especially bilingual Spanish-English volunteers. We need you as advocates to come and help us work with these families. We also need men who are willing to be advocates, who are willing to be mentors to other dads. And finally, if you can offer us prayer, that is what we seek above all else. We need prayer warriors. The battle is great, and we need Aarons and we need Urs to hold the arms of GATE as we enter into the battle set before us. And once again, thank you for all that you have done in the past and in the future for GATE. May God bless all of your efforts.